Hello, and welcome to the podcast, Read, Watch, and Wine. In today's episode, we will be discussing the book Paper Towns and the movie adaptation. Paper Towns was written by the author John Green. Paper Towns is a coming-of-age story set in Orlando, Florida. It focuses on Quentin, a young man embarking on his adult life after high school graduation. Quentin's adventures begin when he and his friends, Ben, Radar, and Lacey, set out to solve the mystery of their classmate, Margot Roth Spiegelman, after her disappearance. Quentin lived next door to Margot his entire life and had a crush on her ever since they stumbled upon a dead body while riding bikes at a very young age. His obsession with Margot leads him down a road of adventure, mystery, and self-discovery. Thank you for tuning in. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the review. Hello, listeners. Welcome to Read, Watch, and Wine.
Welcome.
Hello. My name is Treva.
Lynn. Raya.
Champagne.
And welcome to this episode of Read, Watch, Wine, where we're going to talk about the book Paper Towns, which transitioned to a movie. And the book is by John Green. The screenplay for the movie is by Scott N, is what I'm going to say, because I'm not sure how to pronounce that last
probably
name.
safer.
So I'm going to say Scott N. The screenplay was also written by Michael Weber, so it was co-written by the two of them. And then the movie was directed by Jake Schreiber.
There's no go.
Shearer?
Yeah.
Shearer.
I'll go with that.
Shearer. Jake Shearer.
Schreier.
Okay, Jake S.
Schreier.
Yeah. There we go.
Schreier, like
It's a little bit
Jake
safer.
S.
Okay.
All right, so what did you guys think of this book? Let's start with that.
I was extremely disappointed.
Really?
Yes.
In the book or
Yes,
at the
the
end?
book, the end mainly. The book itself was okay, I guess, but the ending left me very upset. It's like almost like a
it
waste.
was like this build up
Yes.
to she's still alive, or she's not
leaving?
pregnant,
Right.
or she hasn't killed anybody, or like what? Like I needed
You
something.
guys, it wasn't that type of book.
I needed some drama at the end.
I liked it.
I
mean, it was
just want to
so
be on my own and live in a cave.
Right. Yeah, it was so suspenseful up to that point.
Live
It's
in
just
a
like,
cave.
what?
I'm living in a fake town somewhere. There's a difference between a cave and a fake town.
I like the book. I mean, I was nervous as it was going on and on because, of course, I was the last one to finish the book. Typically, I am. I liked that book. I really, really
Shocker.
did.
Too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did not like the book at all.
I like the ending.
That's great.
It was a little different.
No.
Lynn?
I like the book, but I don't understand half of it. Like, I legit just do not understand the point of the book.
I'm with you. Like,
world,
what's the
guys.
point of this
Right.
book? Like, why?
What lesson am I learning from this?
She lived in a fantasy world. There's so many people in this universe that live in this fantasy world.
In the paper town.
But why do you need to go to a fantasy town to realize that you live in the fantasy world?
Well, I don't necessarily think that she needed to do that to realize it. He had to follow her journey for him to realize that she was a little cuckoo. But I do believe that her whole life was all of these circumstances that she created, all of these missions.
It was a facade. Yeah. And I get that, but I don't understand the
so at
whole
the
effort.
end, she realized, I feel like she realized that she couldn't live in that normal life. And so this is why she went to this place, so that she could continue on with whatever she wanted to in her own mind.
But
and people didn't know her.
Do you really need to go through this big elaborate escape to escape?
I thought it was just
Like, just tell your family and your friends that you want to move
Number one
away.
question for me is, why make a book about it? I don't want to read about it.
I thought it was different. I thought it was
It was different. I get you that.
I looked at her like, Margot is so creative. And, I mean, although she was, a stalker and a thief in a way, because she snuck into people's homes and which is a little weird.
Well, that's the only part that I agreed with. Like, yeah, get them back, girl. Like,
Right, she wasn't
pretty much-
always getting somebody back. Like, anytime she wanted to do something, she had to break in somewhere to do it. She wasn't getting anybody back when she went into, like, Disney World.
Well, she wasn't
Yeah,
breaking. She was just entering.
Yeah.
Remember in the book, there's a difference.
She was breaking in one place, but entering in another.
Right.
It wasn't
like
together.
The skin.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Margot was what, like 7 years old, trying to start her own investigation on a dead person that they found in the park.
Yeah.
That's the clue right there that she was crazy.
Bingo.
Well, she was bigger than the small town that she was in. So I do get that because a lot of people from small towns try to move to a bigger city to get a different lifestyle. So I get that. But I just don't get why the paper town. Just move to New York.
Because the paper town is fictional. And her whole mind is fiction. So it makes sense to me.
I mean, it was kind of cool learning about like how maps put the fake towns on there.
That was probably the only cool part.
Intriguing. But I just don't get why she needed to do that.
I thought it was cool.
I like the story, but I just wasn't understanding the bigger picture. And normally I do, but here I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's too deep for Lynn.
Yeah.
I think it was too superficial for me. It wasn't deep enough.
I
was
think
like,
you
well,
did.
why?
I think it was deep. She did all that because she had to get away, and because her whole life has been all of these ups, downs, mysteries. She had to make her exit the same way. It couldn't just be a simple exit.
It's dramatic.
Yeah, she's a drama queen.
They wasted a treat for this book.
So
Well, he did find a lot on stuff about himself. So I don't think it was a
that's
wasted
what I
trip.
feel like the book to me was really a focus on him finding himself and her bringing out the fact that there was more to him than this sort of nerd person that he portrayed. I felt like she was helping him to find himself in the movie. That's what I got out of it.
Like he said,
not
a bunch
that I
of firsts.
enjoyed it.
Food for
He
thought.
said for him it was a bunch of firsts versus everybody else is a bunch of lasts. So that made sense to me.
There you go.
Pertaining to him.
Okay.
I didn't get anything pertaining to Margot.
Well, maybe that was the point.
That could have
Had
been.
you
I'm just
fixated
saying,
on
I
her
had
all
no
this
idea.
time, and really
Which is why it was not
all of the events really were about him. And that's how it kept us interested.
It kept you interested.
Yes.
It did not keep me
Yes, it
interested.
did not
I was
keep me
waiting for the
interested
pages
either.
to end.
Yeah.
But I will say, as I transition into the movie, the movie was just as boring to me as the book, but the adaptation was spot on.
It was spot on for the most part.
They did a phenomenal job of converting that book to a movie to me. It was so spot on. They made some
ending.
modifications, but there were modifications that I think brought the story to life,
I
and
agree.
it didn't change the dynamics of the storyline.
That's true.
Even though the ending was changed, the relationships between everyone in the book, the storyline, everything was
Perfect.
on point to me.
It really was. This is probably the first book to movie that we've reviewed that I felt like the movie was better than the book for me.
I equally did not like the movie or the book, but I just felt like they captured the book perfectly. I mean, because I didn't care for either one.
Well, I don't like either one. I just think that the movie was better than the book.
Right.
And I love Ben's character. He was hilarious. I found myself laughing out loud for real every time he spoke.
Yeah.
He's just so silly.
Yeah.
So I thought he really did bring that character to life.
Ben?
The guy Ben? Yeah, Ben.
I felt like Ben was too old.
Ben?
In the movie?
Yeah.
What?
What do you? He looks like
He looked the youngest.
He looked like a baby. You're thinking about
one. Radar, maybe?
Quentin, the lead character.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm confusing that with Quentin. Because Quentin annoyed me. Because he was the only one to me that didn't look like he was in high school. He just looked too old compared to everybody else.
Yeah. He did look older than everybody else.
him and
but
the teacher actually
in my
looked like they were
opinion,
the
the
same
other two characters, Radar and Ben, didn't look like graduates to me. They looked younger than high school graduates.
They did look younger.
But
They look like high school graduates to me. That's because y'all ain't been around no little kids in a long time.
okay, if you say so. Last I checked, I thought I had a grandnephew. I thought you had a nephew, brand new little nephew, right?
Okay.
I'm talking about...
You got 2 stepkids?
But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. That daggone Quentin and the teacher looked like they were the same age.
I don't remember a teacher.
Quentin's
Yeah, one of them.
mother
She looked young.
looked like she was the same age as Quentin. So either, they needed to make him look younger or figure out a way to put more makeup on her to make her look older. Because I didn't even understand them in the movie anyway.
Quentin's mom?
Yeah. And dad. And then, but I really, really loved, what was Radar's girlfriend?
Angela.
So that was a cute little couple there.
it
They were
was.
really cute.
They dove more into their relationship in the movie.
And I like that.
I did like that. Yeah.
How she went on the trip with them.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah, it was kind of cute. And it made more sense to me as why Quentin kind of went off on his own to go look for her. Because in the book, when I was reading that, I was just like, they just didn't left them. I mean, he just didn't left them hanging. He didn't want to. But now, when watching the movie, it was kind of like they were kind of coupled off.
Right.
So it was easier for him to kind of just roll out and do his own thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
That is a very good point.
Great point.
Oh my God.
Rhea, Gold Star, got something right this time. So what did you think of the movie, Lynn?
I agree. I think that the movie was a good adaptation from the book. Mm-hmm. I think that the additions that they made, or changes they made, were more cinema friendly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, especially the ending. So I liked it. I think that I really wanted to see the movie after I read the book, only because I needed some kind of explanation.
Right.
Because I just didn't get Margot's, I don't know what she was going for.
Did you get it? Because I didn't.
I kind of understood it better after watching the movie than I did from reading the book. I think they did a good job, put it that way.
Did you like Margot, the casting of Margot?
No.
She looked a little. I'm sorry, Kara. Homely to me. Then it.
Thought she was gonna be a little bit more attractive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kara. I know you're model.
I thought she was supposed to be kind of in between, the popular girls
and
versus
the
the hometown little emo, the girl that was in the popular group but stuck out a little bit because she wasn't like everybody else, and that was what made her want to kind of get out of the small town, is what I got from her casting.
I also think that if she looked more like Becca, she wouldn't be able to pull off the whole mystery. And, I don't know. I couldn't see somebody that looked like Becca doing all the things that she did and been able to
She had to look a little exotic, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
I loved Margot's sister, Meg.
Yes.
Yes.
She had lots of personality in the movie. And I enjoyed her role in the movie.
I did too.
She did in the book too. You had to bribe her with $5 and stuff. So I kind of like that.
Typical little bratty little sister. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cute. Have one of those.
I was really actually wanted to see the cat, Myrna Mountweasel, but they didn't put the cat in the movie.
Who?
The cat.
I don't know. I missed
What
that.
is she talking about?
I completely missed
That was in
that.
the book.
The book that
Acting
Margot
like
wrote?
you know what she's talking about, Rhea.
That's what their actual cat was named.
Whose actual cat?
Margot.
And
so when he came to the house and he was looking through her room, the cat was kind of all up in the way, and the cat didn't like people, but the cat knew Quentin from when they were younger.
Okay.
So the only one that the cat was kind of allow in her space was Quentin. So I was kind of looking for that dynamic that showed that they had a long-term friendship that wasn't just the two of them. It was their families, and they were comfortable in each other's space. How she would come to his window and come to the her room or his room in the middle of the night type thing. And I wanted to see that exchange from his perspective into her world.
Gotcha. At the end of the book, Margot had a book that she was writing and she used to take notes in, and they showed Quentin
thing.
Yeah, and they brought up that name. What was the name of the cat?
Myrna Mountweasel.
Myrna Mountweasel and the superhero and all of that. But that's the only time I remember that name. So I missed something with the cat in the interactions.
I did too.
I missed
You can go back and grab the book.
No, I will
Negative.
not pick up that.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, I believe you. Believe it. Don't want to challenge you on that.
That's funny how things stick out in different people's minds, because to me, I was waiting for this little scraggly cat to come out, and that was kind of old, but in its own way that wouldn't talk to anybody besides Q. But it wasn't in the movie, so that part I was a little disappointed about, even though it wasn't significant. But to me, I really wanted to see that dynamic where they were long time friends or comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
I wanted to see more of them inside the old rundown building because I thought those scenes were kind of cool in the book. And so I was kind of upset that there weren't more in the movie.
He was pretty descriptive in the book about those buildings and what they looked like.
And then how she, you know, you walk in the room and you see, and they're looking around to see what has been touched, what hasn't been, what's been untouched, that type of thing.
Real detective type.
Yeah.
They didn't really capture that in the movie.
I was looking forward to seeing that.
And then one of the friends, I can't remember which one, that was like super smart and was like building Wikipedia pages or something.
It was Radar.
Radar.
Oh, that was Radar.
Yeah.
So I didn't really even get that nerdiness from him in the movie.
Well, you did because he was planned out the whole trip. Remember, he had to plan everything down, so it kind of let you know that. But you kind of already in the book, you knew that about him before you even got to that point.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So anything else? Any other comments about this book to movie?
So how about the whole significance of the paper town?
I didn't realize that map makers did that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Towns and maps so that people couldn't steal.
And that's brilliant, actually. I think.
And so that was really interesting. And so now I do feel like I want to figure out what is a paper town on the map, but I'm not that dedicated to it. So I
feel like, when we were younger and we used to take trips and, we used to actually look at maps every time we were trying to go somewhere. You were the map reader and I was the driver.
Yeah.
That we may have come across a couple of those paper towns.
Well, we're like, I don't see that road.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Yeah.
Where is that? Why is it like that?
Yeah, we thought we were going to find a gas station. There's no gas. And we're like below E and we only have $2. Like, seriously. We're going to need...
You're right. We probably did come across some of them.
Wow. That's interesting, actually. That's brilliant. That's a brilliant idea, I think. I did not know that was a real thing.
It was a cool fact to learn.
Yeah. I had
Especially
no idea.
A young novel book that probably took people out of like their element was learning a random fact like that. We all know I love random facts. So
again, there's a good thing from the book. I want you guys to make note of that. That's why I brought it back up.
Okay, great.
Okay, that didn't change my opinion
that movie don't
at
even know
all.
what a map is.
Pretty much.
Because if it doesn't say
or
map,
that it came on paper.
Google
Maps.
You can read it without it talking to you, right?
Phones didn't have that back then. What are you talking about?
Basically.
That's funny.
So what did you guys think of the cast?
I do wish that they had Quentin's parents in it more. Because the book, you saw like their interactions.
They really loved him.
They were therapists and they were overthinkers. But they also were involved more in Quentin's life. Like they were not helicopter parents, but like they were open and honest with Ben or Quentin. And in the movie, they were kind of just like in the background. But I wanted them to be more in the forefront because I think that it showed how their relationship was compared to Margot's relationship with her parents.
Right.
So I kind of wish they were a little more prominent in the movie than they were.
And the fact that they kind of showed that even when Margot's parents were at the table talking in the book, you got the sense that they were frowning down upon their parents.
Like, even analyzing and being like, this is a better parenting skill if you do this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But how about Margot's parents? Because I really felt like they could have been in a scene from Leave It to Beaver. They look so antiquated and just, I don't know.
Quentin's parents? Or?
No,
Margot's parents. They were sitting at the table and the one lady had like the June Cleaver hairstyle, I feel like. Kinda. I don't know, they look very old fashioned.
I thought that was Quentin's parents.
Yeah, no.
I'm not getting Leave It to Beaver reference.
You're not? Did you?
Yes. But from the hairstyle
I know what
alone.
Leave It to Beaver is, but
from the hairstyle, they just look old fashioned, like either two
They look
country club ish in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like all two put together.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Leave It to Beaver was over my head. I'm sorry.
Like the pearl earrings, pearl necklace, step.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm with you.
That's Leave It to Beaver.
Margot is the only one I really don't like as far as the casting. Like I said, I love Ben. I love Radar. Ben was hilarious to me. Radar was kind of funny too because when he screamed in that in that old building, the souvenir shop, he got so scared. He started screaming. I was dying laughing when they were in the souvenir shop and they had to crawl through the hole in the wall and all of them was saying, the last time I was this scared. I slept with my mom. I slept in the bed with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
And Ben was like, last time, he said, if I could sleep in the bed with your mom, I'd be that scared all the time. I literally died.
To elaborate on that, I like the dynamic that they had in the movie, the three of them, like their friendship.
Yes,
because
it seems
they're nerdy. Real. Exactly.
Yeah, it seems real.
But then they're like making fun of each other. But they also kind of enjoy the same thing. So I like their chemistry.
Yes,
especially when they were like using that weird voice.
Yeah.
Radar tried, and he's like, "That's not it." I was dying.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah,
I
what was
loved
that
it.
one scene where they were like, "Oh, I guess you could ask so and so out." Oh no, that was a fake woman.
Right.
I guess you could ask so and so out. Oh,
Was
no,
this
she
actual
was fake too.
But the way they delivered it was like, oh, well, no, he actually asked so-and-so. And it's like, oh, wait, no, never mind. She was fake.
Or even when
was
Angela
just so
came
cute.
to the band room and Amelia Radar was like leaving. They're like, bye. It's so great to talk to you. It's, I love our time. I'll see you soon. To me, it was hilarious because the show's like, even though they're making fun of him, it's still in a wholesome, deep down friendship way.
Yes, I really, really liked it.
So their dynamic was good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can go ahead and get to a vote.
Yes, ratings.
I am actually going to give this adaptation a full glass. Like I said, I think it was spot on.
I agree. I think that the screenplay writers took what they had read from the book, because they actually read the book, unlike before,
Right.
and put it into the movie.
Very true.
But then moved it around to make it more cinema friendly. So
Yes.
I'm going to give it a full glass also.
I'm going to give it a full glass as well, because I actually like the book. I like the movie. I thought, again, as the two of you stated, the transition was really good. And I felt like the way they changed that ending just made it like,
More wholesome and
It just-
cinema friendly.
honestly, to me, it just seemed more realistic. I guess that was it. Because I'm going to tell you something. In the book, you missed the graduation after I done spent my money on that cap and gown.
You about to get a beat down.
You're not going to make it out. So, yeah, I do give it a full glass as well.
Okay, so
Dun, dun.
although I do not want to give this book a full glass, I have to because of the adaptation. And that's what this is all about. So I do give it a full glass.
So that means we have a full bottle.
Yes, full bottle for Paper Towns.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay, ladies.
All right, well, listen, check out our next review. But if you have any recommendations or any books that you would love us to discuss that have transitioned into movies, let us know. Hit us up on Instagram, or you can email us, Read, Watch, Wine.
Recommend some wines for us to try. Recommend them, please, because we will let you know how they taste.
Yes, because we're definitely going to get some wine today.
Yes.
4 full glasses.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Follow us.
Subscribe.
Read, watch, wine.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.